This is going to be another interstate type thing. See how he's merging over because he sees a vehicle coming over. He's kind of keeping an eye on it, using his peripherals. And remember, what is not right here? What is out of the ordinary? So he's going to continue to move. He's going to continue to move. Boom, past that line. He's going to move over, and that's all it takes. Just a simple moving over, and you're safer. All right, so we're going to talk about this one and what kind of happened here. So we have the motorcyclist. He's going to move over. He's using an indication. Perfect. Good job, man. He sees that somebody's merging. That is one of those situations where cars, once again, are like landmines. Get away from them. So right here, he's going to merge over. He's going to be in lane position 2. He has decent line of sight around the vehicle in front of him. Remember, distraction is going to be that merging vehicle, but what's in front of us also. I don't know if you guys are starting to focus on that. But remember, we have a hazard in front, hazard to the side, hazard here. How do we mitigate all this stuff that's happening? So we're going to have the driver wanting to merge over. We also have the driver up front. So we're starting to slow down. The driver up front is starting to slow down, sorry. And our space cushion actually got decreased. So that's not something a lot of people recognize because everyone sees this. We start to see the thing that's happening out on the other side. So right here we have this other driver. So as soon as you see that, as soon as you see that, you know, there's some movement towards you, and this is a natural animalistic instinct. When you see something moving towards you, that is out of the ordinary. So start making evasive maneuvers. And guess what? Look what he did. Naturally, he did. He naturally made an evasive maneuver. He was in lane position 2. He's in lane position 1 now. He increased his space cushion. Very good. But we're in this blind spot too. So we're in a blind spot. So a crash factor in this situation will be at nighttime. We're on the interstate, blind spot, you know, lack of vision, all these different things. Speed is going to be a factor even though we're going the speed limit. Okay, so this is a high speed thing. Remember, our eyes and our brain are not designed for anything above running speeds. So we have to start using as much as possible. That's why we have to train ourselves. We don't really have to train ourselves to search, evaluate, execute while we're walking, do we? It's good practice, but we pretty much kind of have an idea of what's going on. But here, as soon as he starts to move over, the motorcyclist sees this hazard, you know, the thing out of the corner of his eye. Who knows, maybe he's looking to the side, but the camera's facing forward. And then boom, right here, now he's looking over to the right. This vehicle is in his position, and he's not happy about it. You see how the motorcycle rider right there starting to do some of a swerve. Now, you can either do an exaggerated swerve and get all the way to the far left of the other lane, you know, lane position 1 all the way over here. But this is all you really need because remember, this car driver hopefully only wants to be in this lane. Now, this is where it gets a little sketchy because you see the car up in front. That car is slowing down, so this car driver quite possibly is going to want to shoot all the way to this other lane. So we need to start either slowing down, get behind all this stuff, swerve to the left, and then slow down, let the vehicle go. This is where it starts to play into some weird things. But thankfully, as soon as this happens and the motorcycle moves over, the car driver recognizes, get back in their own lane on the other side. So thankfully, that's what happened in this situation. It worked out great. Just a little tidbit, little tip and trick right here is that I would move all the way over, either accelerate because we have really good acceleration compared to a lot of cars, or decelerate. So there's no option really to move right because you're going to run into the vehicle. So the escape path would be either to go straight all the way to the left in the HOV because it's an emergency maneuver. You know, it might not be legal because it's a double yellow or a double white, but I need to get out of here. I don't want to get hit. I don't care about what's legal or illegal. I don't want to get hit. So all the way left, accelerate or decelerate and move to the left too. That's kind of what I would do in this situation, but he was able to move out of this and everything turned out fine. So this is where it's like you're a little bit outside your limit when it comes to the construction zone area. So here we go. We have the plates. Now these are common when they're doing any type of underground work. They have to cover it up, you know, when they do any piping, and then they're going to go ahead and finish it up later. We actually have quite a bit out here in Tucson right now, kind of where I live. These right